Hey guys, it's Eric with Bricksville. So today we're going to review our first Indiana Jones set. I'm really excited about the rumors that that Indiana Jones the theme is going to be coming back, and with some new sets from the new movie coming out, and then also some remakes of old sets. So this one's probably not going to get remade, so that's kind of why I wanted to cover it. But it's Peril in Peru, set number 7628, originally available from July 2008 to December 2009. It was $49.99. Nowadays, if you want to pick it up, it's about $224 for a sealed box and about $150 used. So we're going to see what you get for that money. This set, Peril in Peru, is based on the Indiana Jones movie Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was actually a ToysRus exclusive and based on a deleted scene. So those two things together have made it a little bit more rare to find out there, but it's just starting out a pretty decent set. You have 6 minifigs. You have Indiana Jones, which is the same one who's in pretty much every Indiana Jones set. Not a whole lot special here. He does have leg printing, unlike any of the other minifigures. You have Mutt Williams, his son, who has a leather jacket and a knife for some reason. Then you have Colonel Dovchenk. He has a really mean look and a nice kind of Russian military uniform. This set is actually really good since Lego doesn't really make a lot of military sets, so these Russian guards and the colonel here can really help if you're trying to build like an overall military scene. The whole Indiana Jones line as a whole does that really well. But then you have Ariana Spolko. This one, the likeness to the actual actress is not that great, in my opinion. It's a decent fig all around, just uniform wise, but when I see that minifig face, I don't think of that actress. But then you have the pilot, which is the only exclusive fig to this set. Just standard blue uniform, actually the same face as some of the other Russian guards from this same line, but just a different uniform. And then the last one in the line is the actual Russian guard. So this is another really good uniform, some gold detailing, which can sometimes wear off, but on this one that I have here is good. But that little star on the belt is often kind of worn off. And then the last one that isn't really a minifig, but is definitely something interesting, is the Crystal Skull itself, which is dual molded with a hole in the back to inject that blue kind of plastic in there to be the brain. So the cargo jet comes with 4 different pallets. All the pallets are based on a 3x4 grid with 2 little 1x4 plates underneath, and they're interchangeable in anywhere in this set that we'll kind of go through later on where they can fit. But all 4 of these are interchangeable. So you have kind of fuel tanks here. Then you have a sword holder. So you have 2 different types of swords, and it actually rotates. Then you have just a crate here to hold, you can put the crystal skull in here, or you can really put some of the other accessories. And then the other one is just 2 of the square trash cans just on here that you can hold items in. So to transport these around, you have this little tractor piece, which can connect to this little trailer. So if you pull on this, it disconnects. But the trailer itself it fits that 3x4 pallets directly on top of here. I can show that. So they sit nicely in there. And then it has the swivel point on here so that when connected to the tractor, you can drive it around wherever you'd like. But the tractor itself, pretty standard. It does have a hitch point on here in the front so that you can push it around. Some little tire points up here. Nothing too fancy, but a good kind of working tractor. So then the other attachment for the tractor is actually the staircase to the aircraft. One of my favorite parts of the set is actually the Jeep. It's a nice little military Jeep, and it has the CCCP on both sides. So definitely no mistaking that it's military. So there's a lot of kind of rarer colors in here, of the dark green, these little bends here, and then this also can fit those pallets that we were talking about earlier. So good versatility between every single vehicle in this set being able to transport these pallets. And finally, we get to the star of the show. The actual aircraft that the whole set is based around is the Panagra Airways prop plane. It has 2 spinning props, which you can do that. And you can see they use 2 bushings on 4 different sides to kind of give the illusion of an engine inside, and then the swoop backs. This is actually based on a real airways back in the day, Panagra. It stands for Pan American Grace Airways, which was a partnership between the 2 airlines, Pan American, and Grace Airways. So aside from that, you have the bottom of the wings here with the exhaust ports, and then you have these wheels that can fold up that can give the illusion of flying. They don't fold all the way up, but they do get well out of the way. So to prop these up, otherwise everything kind of scrapes on the ground. You have top right here, which lifts off to give access to the cockpit, which in here you have a little control panel, steering wheel, and then you've got the whole structure there. He does have little windows here to be able to see back into the cargo area. It's a little difficult to say as we get into the back whether it was accurate to the movie and whether it would work, because this is based on a deleted scene. So I don't know. But what I can say is you can lift this off here. The windows look like they would be for kind of a commercial airliner with seats, because you have little windows throughout, but there are no seats in here. It is strictly a cargo jet. So you have one area up front, and then you have a back area. It looks like there could be like a little bench here, but again, no context. But you can fit these little standard storage containers throughout. And then this actually lifts down for loading and unloading. Then the staircase that we were talking about earlier, it doesn't really fit anywhere. Like back here, it would be way too high. The back of the wing, also too high. The only thing that I could think about, and this would make sense if it was just strictly a cargo plane, it does fit to the front of the wing. And I know some of the older planes, they would walk on the wing to get to the door to get into the plane. So I believe that that's what it's supposed to do. But move that out of the way. And the windows, because I skipped over this, they're actually stickers. So luckily, this person did a pretty decent job applying them. But that is something to look out for if you're getting this. There's not a lot of printed pieces. Pretty much everything is stickered. So pop this back on so it's easier to lift up. Then on the back, you have the tail, which has another Panagra sticker and the tail number of N14967. Then finally, you have the 2 tail wings back there, and there is no aft landing gear. It's just a slider. So just scrapes its way in. My overall thoughts on the set is I love it. There are some things that probably could have been done a little bit better, and then building techniques kind of over time, but this wasn't that long ago. It was 2008. But the things that I really like is I like the military Jeep with the CCCP on it, and then the military uniforms. So those can be used to kind of build out like a World War II scene, since Lego doesn't do military figures or builds. So I'm actually really curious to see if they, in the new sets coming out, if they're going to do military uniforms again like they did here, or if they're going to shy away from that. So I'm really excited about the new sets coming out and what's being rumored. Tell me in the comments what you guys would love to see remade, what your guys' fears are for the new sets, hopes, everything like that. But I'd love to kind of talk about it in the comments with you guys. Also, I wanted to say we've hit 300 subscribers, and that's crazy to me. Like, seriously. So I am really appreciative of everybody who subscribed, liked, commented, all of that. And I'm excited to keep this channel going. So don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, liked, or commented, to do that. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks.